Hey guys, chapter 30. We'll just play one bookshelf, said Kyle. Because we're a team now, right, bro? Said Miguel. Right. Plus, we don't have all day. Well, said Akimi, technically we do. In fact, we have the rest of today and tomorrow until noon. We've got like 19 hours left, said Miguel. But Charles and the others, said Sierra, they could beat us. Right, said Kyle. After all, he is a Chiltington, and according to Sir Charles, they never lose. Miguel, you're the newest member of the team. You spin first. Miguel rubbed his hands together, limbered up his fingers, practiced flicking his index finger off his thumb, made sure he had a good snap, and follow through. Would you please hurry up and spin before my brain explodes? Pleaded Akimi. No problem. Miguel flicked the plastic pointer. It whirled around the cardboard square decorated with a sunburst of 10 colorful triangles. Booyah! The triple zeros. General knowledge. That's not so great, said Kyle. How come? You get to move 0 spaces. Oh, bummer. Akimi shot up her hand. Yes, said Kyle. Do we really have to spin and count spaces and all that junk? We have a deadline. Clocks everywhere are ticking against us. Maybe we could just pull a pink card, suggested Sierra. It's really not how you play the game, said Kyle. We're really not playing this game, Kyle, said Akimi. We're playing the other one, the big game, the one with the ginormous prize. I have to agree with Akimi, said Miguel. Fine, said Kyle. It's against the rules, but pull a pink card. You sure, bro? Just pull a pink. Miguel quickly sorted the new deck into 10 stacks of different colors. He pulled the pink on the top of its pile. These are different from the regular cards. He turned it over and showed it to the group. 0 plus 27 plus 0.4 equals... Easy peasy, said Akimi. The answer is 27.4 because the 0 doesn't change the sum. Not in math, said Miguel. But this isn't math. This is the Dewey Decimal System, and there's always 3 numbers to the left of the decimal point. We need to find a book with the call number 027.4, added Sierra. Fine, said Akimi, but I guarantee you it isn't a math book. The team made their way around the balcony, circling the Dewey Decimal doors. Here we go, said Miguel. He slid his library card into a reader on a door, labeled 000. Okay, said Miguel. In here we're going to find general knowledge, almanacs, encyclopedias, bibliographies, books about library science. It's a science, said Akimi. Where do they keep the chemicals? In the library paste, joked Sierra, who was loosening up. She had read 1 page of a book in hours. Found it, said Miguel, reaching up to pull a book off the shelf. 027.4. Man, it's old. Look how old and yellow these pages are. So, what's the antique's title? Asked Akimi. Get to Know Your Local Library by Amy Alessio and Aaron Downey. Miguel held the book so everyone could see the cover. It was illustrated with a cartoony-looking detective in a checkered hat who was holding up a magnifying glass to examine books on a shelf. Looks like a library guide for kids, said Miguel, opening the cover to read one of the inside pages. First publication was back in 1952. He flipped through a few pages. It explains the Dewey Decimal System, contains a glossary of library terms, a brief history of libraries. He reached the back of the book. Awesome. What? Asked Kyle, as he and the others moved closer to see what Miguel had found. It's an old-fashioned book slip from the Alexandriaville Public Library. The one they tore down? Yep. And this card, tucked into a sleeve glued to the back cover, comes from the olden days, when they used to stamp the date the book was due on a grid, and you had to fill in your name under issue 2. And look who checked this book out on May 26, 1964. Kyle and the others looked. Luigi Lemoncello. Down on the first floor, Charles used his library card to open the door to Community Meeting Room A. Who is to have access to this room? Cooed a soothing voice from the ceiling. Me and my teammates, said Charles, Andrew Peckelman and Haley Daly. Thank you. Please have Andrew Peckelman and Haley Daly swipe their cards through the reader now. Both of them did. Thank you. Entrance to Community Meeting Room A will be limited to those approved by the host, Charles Chiltington. Have a good meeting. Charles and his team entered the sleek, ultra-modern white-on-white conference room. There were 12 comfy chairs set up around the glass-topped table and a cabinet filled with top-of-the-line audio-visual equipment. You can write on the walls, said Andrew. They're like the smart boards at school. Excellent, said Charles, clasping his hands behind his back and pacing around the room. Now, when we find all 12 pictograms and lay them out according to their position in the staff picks display case, they will create a rebus for a phrase that I'm quite certain will tell us exactly how to exit this library without triggering any alarms. Therefore, it is time for us to lay all our cards on the table. Haley nodded and pulled 2 more silhouettes out of the back pocket of her jeans. I found one of these in a cookbook, she said. The other was in juvenile fiction. Nancy drew The Mystery at Lilac Inn. There are blank note cards in this drawer, announced Andrew. We should use them as placeholders for the books we still need to find. They laid out a 3x4 grid of cards on the tabletop. What does it mean? Said Andrew. Simple, said Charles. It means we need to find those other 6 books.